So this is the login page to the inventory system. Login is very simple. Users just need an email address and a password to log in. When they do, they'll land on this dashboard screen, which is a listing of all of the inventory. When you receive the Link2Feed inventory system, it will be a completely blank slate. So anything that you see throughout the demo, any settings that are turned on, any names of products, things like that, you'll have the opportunity to create and customize those for your own pantry. The settings and fields are really easy to set up. There is a section actually called Settings, where you will go in and indicate through drop-down lists, text boxes, and check boxes the settings that you want to track. The fields themselves are all set up in an area called Lists. It's very easy to change and manage the lists. You just select the list you're looking for, and you can either add or modify an option. As I go through, I will be sure to point out to make it easier to identify which of the items are customizable through the lists. There are two main components to the inventory system. The first is the bulk side, which essentially is any unsorted product. So folks that use the bulk side would just be tracking the total pounds by recipient organization. And recipient organization could mean donor, could mean someone that you purchase from, or it could be the food bank food or USDA commodity food that you might receive. Over on the left-hand side, you'll see there's a section for any product going in and any product going out. To mark a bulk donation, so an unsorted donation as coming in, you click on New Bulk Donation. You then select the receeding organization. As I mentioned, receeding organizations is one of the lists in the system. This is where you would load in your donors, people you purchase from, the food bank, USDA, things like that. You then select the receeding organization, the date that they made the donation, the type of donation, again, the bulk category or the donation type is another list that you can customize. Some people will track by the type of food, others may track by an event, or some may indicate if it's received as a donation from a food drive event, things like that. Again, you choose the specifics of what these categories say. Then you indicate the quantity received. That could be bags or boxes, whatever it is that they've provided the donation in. We know it varies. And then the total weight of the donation. If you wanted to track by different types of donation categories, you just click plus and then can add any additional entries. If you need to remove one, you just click the little trash can icon to remove. Then when the record has everything you need, you press save. You'll notice that anywhere where there is a star in the system, that field is required. So anywhere in Link2Feed, if you do not complete a starred field, you'll get a notification at the top of the screen, and they will also highlight for you what you need to complete. Then you save the bulk donation, you receive a secondary summary screen, and then if it looks correct, you would click confirm. Now when we go back into our list of bulk donations, we see the entry that we created today. We can click the folder icon to review and view the entry, or if we want to download a PDF receipt for printing or to email, you can click on the PDF button. It will show you a receipt with the organization's information the name of the organization who is your receiving organization. You can also include a message, a logo, or lines for signatures. If any product that is unsorted gets thrown away prior to making it on the shelf, you would go into Product Out and Bulk Donation Disposals. Just like with Product In bulk donations, we see a list of a history of all of the disposals we've had. And to mark that we're throwing away food before it's sorted and on the shelf, we click on New Bulk Donation Disposal. We then select the receiving organization of who gave us the food we're throwing away, the date we had to dispose of it, and again, we can select the bulk categories from our list. We can also select disposed reasons, which is another list that you can customize to indicate the reasons you dispose of food, the quantity that we're throwing away, and the total weight. Again, if we're doing a disposal for multiple different categories, we can select the category and the disposal reason for anything we're throwing away. We click Save, land on the summary screen, confirm, and now we can see that that bulk disposal has been added to the list, and we have the ability to view it. So that is the process for putting in information as it relates to unsorted product. There are also reports for those unsorted products. There is both a bulk donation and bulk disposal report. To run a new bulk donation report, you click on New Report, give it a name, select how often that report should run, whether it's just once only, daily, weekly, and then select the time period for which you want to run that report, and click on Create Report. It will then tell you by the name of the receiving organization how many pounds they donated, as well as a percentage that that receiving organization represents of your total poundage. It will show that in a donut chart and bar chart down here. And it will also group that information by category. So when you're setting up your receiving organization list, you can specify which organization category that receiving organization is associated with so that you can see them grouped into categories like corporate, schools, things of that nature. There is also a report for bulk disposals. The setup works exactly the same way, where we give it a name, select the recurrence, and then set up the start and end date. And when we create the report, it will tell us the bulk product category here, the expiration reasons here, and then the total pounds by product for each expiration reason. So for example, in this reporting period, there were 25 pounds of assorted nuts disposed of because of open packaging. It then sums up the total amount disposed of by product. And on the bottom here, the total amount of disposed product by reason. And again, it gives you the associated charts and graphs. Some people will choose only to use the bulk side of things, where others may also want to track specific products that they have on the shelf. To track specific inventory coming into the system, they would use product in products and product out product disposals and distributions. Link2Feed has been set up to be able to simply add and subtract inventory using averages. So we don't use barcode scanning, we don't use weights. We have you set everything in the system up as products in a list with their weight and other information based on the averages for that product. To give you an example of what that looks like, we'll go into the green beans here. You'll give a name for each product that you have. As we can see here, green beans can. You have the option to include a product item number. You can associate the product with a category. Product category is another custom list that you can define. If you'll be using the point of sale system, you can have specific categories for point of sale. You can also indicate product location, the source of where the product came, and again, for the point of sale system, you could upload an icon or graphic for that product. Down here, we put in the unit of measurement. The first unit of measurement we show is eaches, so that would be the individual item level. For green beans, you can see the unit of measurement as an each is set as a can. Unit of measurement is another customizable list, so you can set up your own units of measure. This shows that one can has the total weight of 14 ounces and is worth $1.50. If you receive the product in different layers of quantity, you can set up additional units of measurement. For example, green bean cans can also come in a box. A box has 24 eaches and weighs a total of 21 pounds, is valued at $36. This also shows that these green beans can come in pallets that contain 50 cans, weigh 43 pounds and 12 ounces, and is valued at $75. If you would like, you can also specify the desired quantity, so number of eaches or cans, in the example of green beans, as well as the total desired weight. So you would do that for each of your products, set them up based on the averages that you have. The system then keeps a real-time track of the inventory. When a product comes in, you go to Product In and Products. It will list all of the product entries you've previously added, and you will click on New Product. If you know the receeding organization after it has been sorted, you can select the receeding organization here, or if you don't know it, you can leave unknown. Then you put the date that the product was sorted and put on the shelf. You have the option to track PO numbers, invoice numbers, or invoice dates if you need that information. And then you go through the process of selecting the product and indicating the total number that you received. If we leave it as the each number, so we see again for green beans, the eaches is cans, it will automatically update this row here, showing the total number of eaches, the value, and the weight. We can also change the unit of measure to represent the higher units of measure we set. So for example, I've now changed this to indicate that there are 5 boxes of green beans, which is a total of 120 cans valued at $180. You can add multiple products in by scrolling through the list or typing and selecting. And when you have all of the products set up that you want to put in inventory, you click on Save. Again, you'll get this secondary summary screen, Confirm. And then we can view our product in list and see the product that we added today. We can view with the folder button, or again, download a receipt by clicking on the PDF icon. As soon as we add product in, it's added to that real-time inventory count. When we're ready to remove products from inventory because of a disposal requirement, we would go to Product Out and Product Disposals. We click on New Product Disposal. We select the reason we must throw it away, the date it was thrown away, and then we do the same process we just did, but in the inverse. We select the product and the number of cartons being thrown away. And when we do that and confirm, it will take those products out of the real-time inventory list. Another way that products can be removed from the system is via distributions. This could be a distribution from your warehouse or storage area into your pantry area, or it could also be a distribution to another community organization. To distribute product, you click on New Distributions. Select the name of the organization you are distributing to. Much like receeding organizations, this is a list where you can specify the name, address, and contact information for the distribution organization, as well as the type of organization that it is. After selecting the distribution organization, you put in the distribution date, and then you can specify which products and at which types of quantity you are sending to that organization. Then we save. And you can notice if you try to distribute more product than is in your inventory, the system will let you know that you've made an error. Once we confirm, these products are now taken out of inventory, and we can see them in our list of product distributions. We can see the record by clicking View, or we can download a receipt to send along with our distribution. There is also a point of sale system if you wanted to track which specific products were being given to clients. To do that, you go through the point of sale, selecting which products the client is receiving and by which quantity. When all of the products they've received have been given to them, you click on Checkout. And again, it will remove those products from your inventory. There is also a way to complete reconciliations in the system by clicking over at Product Reconciliations on the left-hand side. When you start a reconciliation, it will freeze everything in the system until the reconciliation is complete. You just click on Start Reconciliation, and you'll see a listing of all of the products that you've set up in the system, what their current system quantity and weight are, and then spots to put in the actual quantity and weight when you're doing the checks. You could either do this live by walking around with a tablet and entering the information based on what you see on the shelf, or you could print or download this form into Excel and do it on paper and then add it in. Whenever you make an update to one of the products, after you click on Finish Reconciliation, it will update the product in the inventory to the amount that you have specified. There are also different reports related specifically to the real-time inventory and the product. One is the status report. For this report, you give it a name, select the recurrence and the start and end date, the product source, and then create the report. This is your basic inventory report. It will list each of the products, tell you the beginning balance, so how much product was there at the start of the reporting period, received during period, which is how much product came in during that reporting period. Total available means the total amount available throughout that entire period. Then how much of that was distributed to individuals and families, how much was distributed to other organizations, how much was disposed of, and then what the ending balance is at the end of the report period. I'll open up the next two reports from the inbox itself, from products, or from reports that were already created. Similar to the bulk donation report, this is a product report. It looks at each of the donors and the total number of sorted product that they donated. So product that went from bulk on to the shelf, showing it by the name of the receiving organization, as well as by the type of receiving organization. There is also a product disposal report. So that's for any product that actually made it on the shelf and then was disposed of. Again, showing it by the name of the product, the disposal reason, and the totals. And those are the product in, product out, and status reports. There's also a distribution report, which is where you can report on the organizations that you sent food to or food that went from your warehouse into your pantry area. You can show this by selecting on a particular partner, or you can select all. Then you create the report. It'll show you the name of each organization you sent food to and the total amount of pounds that you sent to them. And then it also shows it by organization category. This system also comes with full support tools. You have 24-hour access to our support team, as well as a user manual and support videos. And that is the Link2Feed inventory system. I look forward to your questions.